We've had a few defeats in a row and it's been not pretty looking, like the effort's been low. It's just been really not great to watch. We were playing Armagh City, who are, I believe, third in the league, where we left the journey. I had a couple of months of meh performances and as a result lost my starting position.
So sad.
I've been way sharper in training and I got my starting position back.
Yay!
Morning squad. Welcome back to another episode of Project Realise. I'm Ryan Sharkey. I'm trying to realise my potential in football, play professionally and inspire others to pursue what is meaningful to them. Today's Friday, the 22nd of December. Last Saturday we had a game against Portstewart, which was away in the league. So it was about a 2-hour drive up to the north coast of Northern Ireland, and it was a cool wee pitch. The pitch and the clubhouse overlooking the sea, so it was a scenic place to play football. Not that we got to appreciate it much while playing the actual football. It was too intense. So the game starts and I'm starting at left wing back again, which is nice. Much better than being on the bench, which is where I was for the past few months or so. Starting at left wing back, before the game we were about 10th in the league, 10th out of 14 teams, so relatively near the bottom. And Portstewart, they were one ahead of us in 9th, I believe. But we had some games in hand on them and we had been underperforming a little bit, so we were coming into the game with expectations that we really should get a result in this and we should get a win hopefully. In the previous game against Armagh City we had a solid performance. It ended 0-0. Armagh City were near the top of the league. It was a good performance, so we were just trying to keep that momentum going into the next game, because in the previous games we weren't really a team. We were just gurning and moaning at each other and blaming everybody else for mistakes rather than being accountable and taking responsibility for ourselves. And so we were just trying to take that into the next game and just start putting wins together and climbing up the table. The game starts, I'm left wing back. We have the lion's share of possession. The pitch is quite bumpy, so not a ton of football was being played. We were just kind of trying to hit it in to the channels for our forwards to run onto and then squeeze them in their own half. So it was a lot of hoofball. So like ball goes to our defence, we whack it up the pitch. It lands to their defence, they whack it back. It's not the prettiest game, but it was a good battle and we were probably edging it. I'd say we were definitely edging it in the first half. I can't even remember them having any big chances where you're like, oh, almost scored. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad. We didn't have many chances either, hopefully not get hit by a car here, but we were definitely the stronger of the two sides, had more of the ball, we were in their half a bit more and we were more close to creating very dangerous opportunities. First half ends 0-0, then second half begins. It was kind of a windy day, so they had the wind with them in the second half, so I knew that I had to be more on high alert because the ball could just travel so much further, like over my head to their right winger if I fell asleep. But in the end it didn't really matter. I came off after about 50 minutes. The coach said I was doing a good job. They just wanted a left footer on the left wing back to whip in some crosses as the game opened up in the second half, and I'm a right footer at the minute, working on that left foot. So I came off. Robbie, our other left wing back, he came on and did quite well. Going forward, it was definitely useful to have a left winger. The game had opened up and he was getting some good crosses in. I did feel like we were a little bit more open defensively when I came off, but what can you do? I'm just gonna keep working hard. So the game continued. Again, we were dominating even more and more. We were really knocking on the door, getting shots on goal. Their keeper was making some good saves, and we're like, okay, we like any moment now we're gonna get a goal. And then the Portstewart go up the other end and score. I said to one of my friends, it's whenever you're dominating and you're almost scoring and they're creating no opportunities, you're like, you just can't imagine a world where they go up the other end and score. And I know it's hard to imagine a world where they go up the other end and just score with their first shot on target, but it just happens all the time. So you got to remember that and be switched on all the time. So they basically score with their first shot on target, and so it was 1-0 to them. And then, to be fair, the lads in the pitch, they reacted well and they started building the pressure once again. They were dominating and creating chances, and one of our guys blocked down a clearance from the keeper and squared it across to one of our other strikers, who scored a tap in. Yeah, it was 1-1, and then from there we just continued to dominate, but then it ended 1-1. So we're hoping for more, but it was still good to get a point on the board and come back from a losing position. And it's definitely, we're still building that momentum, building that team attitude and camaraderie of like not giving up, because I feel like in previous weeks we would have just started moaning at each other, but the attitude of the team was a lot better and we really wanted to get back in the game, and we did. We're still 10th in the league, but I'm excited to see how things progress over this next while. I feel like the team's going in a good direction, so we'll see how we progress over the next months and weeks. In terms of my own individual progression, I'm pretty pleased with how things have gone over the past couple of months. Like I mentioned before, I wasn't playing that much. I wasn't doing that well in training. I knew I needed to change something if I wanted to keep my spot on the team and also earn back my starting position. It seems like I've sort of earned my starting position back. Got 90 minutes last or 2 weeks ago, and then 50 minutes last week against Portstewart. I don't think I've locked down my starting position. I think it's still up for grabs, really. I think I can perform better where it's like I'll be in the starting team each week like a regular first team starter. I want to keep improving, and so training's been going really well, doing a lot of high quality things in training and improving. So that's the main thing. I think I'm doing everything I can in training to encourage the managers to start me in the matches on Saturdays. And then I think I just need to keep on, or I need to bring what I'm doing in training into matches. Past 2 matches, I'd say I've done solidly, or I've done decently. I haven't done amazing. And so I just want to bring that energy, intensity, quality and desire from training into future matches and really lock down that starting position. So that's what I'm planning to do. I really want to keep improving, so that's kind of the number one purpose and the number one goal of this whole journey, is to see how much I can improve and realize my potential in football. And so I've felt over the past maybe 2 weeks that I wasn't crystal clear about my expectations and schedule really of what I wanted to do each day. So I sat down a couple of days ago and just really re-clarified in my own mind what I wanted to do each day to improve as much as possible. So now I'm crystal clear on what I want to do each day. I've got my schedule laid out and how I want to progress my schedule, and so I'm feeling confident that the next couple of months will be really positive in terms of my improvement and development as a football player. And I'll talk more about the training plan and schedule and what I do each day and what I've changed over this past week or so, and what I'll continue to do over the next couple of months to be fresh for matches, but just constantly and consistently improving in my football technical ability as well as like my physical ability with my lifting and fitness and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll talk more about my training plan, schedule, philosophy, and like what I'm changing and kind of the experimentation that I'm doing with my training in an episode very soon. Hopefully the next episode or the one after. I'm just going to keep constantly trying to improve myself as much as possible so that I can help my team as much as possible. And that's just this YouTube channel summed up. Just want to improve as much as possible, share what I'm doing and share what I'm learning, so it might help you on your journey and help you as much as possible. So that's another episode, guys. So have a great day or week. It's almost Christmas, so have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll speak to you guys next time. See ya.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.